Hey guys, so I get asked a lot what it's like to run around with a Ram 5500 and 488 gears and an Aisin transmission as a daily driver. So to answer that question, let's take it for a little drive. We'll jump on the freeway, we'll run it up to freeway speeds, maybe even a little bit beyond, and I'll show you what the RPMs are. Now, in the video, I'm going to mount the camera to the side window, and I have a pretty long extension, so I know there's going to be some added vibration, but trust me, it's just because of that extended arm holding this camera that doesn't have the greatest stability stabilizer built into it. So take that with a grain of salt. But anyway, let's go for a ride. So getting on the freeway. We're running 65 right now. And you can see we're about 2100 RPM. You get around this guy and get up to speed. Alright, so there's 75. And we're about 2,500 RPM. No problem at all. Alright, there we are at 80. What about, that's about 20, well, still about 2,500 RPM. We're getting back up to 80 here. 80 mile an hour. 2,700 RPM. 85 mile an hour, about 2,800 RPM. Cab noise is very minimal. So I have no issue running around with this as a daily driver on the freeway. But I want to get out there and run 90 mile an hour for a couple hundred miles? Not really. But do I mind getting out in the freeway and running 75 all day long? Not at all. Alright, there we are. 85 mile an hour. So 90 mile an hour, we would run about 3,000 RPM. And that's about all I'm going to take it to. Oh, I'm using the exhaust brake right now. So we're running 90 mile an hour, came the exit. I'm down to 50. I haven't even touched the brake yet. That exhaust brake is just fantastic. We're down to 35 mile an hour and the exhaust brake just now kicked off. So what a great feature. And here we go, getting on the on-ramp again. So on-ramp, I mean, it was a long on-ramp, but I wasn't like getting on the fuel. We're running speed limit as we enter, actually 5 over speed limit. 80 mile an hour at 2,600 RPM. All right, we're back on the freeway. We had a, by the time we jumped on the on-ramp, I didn't get on it, I just gave it good fuel. We were running 80 by the time we hit the freeway. Speed limit 75. So here we are, 76, 77 mile per hour, 2,500 RPM. All right, we're back. We went out and jumped on the freeway, ran it up to 75 mile per hour, which is what freeway speed is. Then we ran it up to 90 mile an hour, and we were just under 3,000 RPM. I know that the video shows some vibration, but again, we were attached to the side glass with an extension arm that was probably, I don't know, 8 inches. So that caused a lot of wobbling, but it was pretty quiet in the cab. Would I want to run along at 90 mile an hour all day long with the 488 gears? No, but I don't run 90 mile an hour very often anyway. So we're a speed limit driving couple, 5 over typically. So the truck does great for a daily driver with 488 gears. We took off from Casa Grande, Arizona. We drove all the way to Kansas City, Kansas, pulling a 24,000 pound fifth wheel up over mountain passes and through some flatlands, and used it for a daily driver a little bit while we were gone, and then pulled the fifth wheel all the way back over here to Casa Grande. And when we landed here, we were at 7.5 miles per gallon average on that truck. And well over half of those miles, I would say 80 to 85% of the miles we put on during that trip were pulling the fifth wheel. So 7.5 miles per gallon. On a good day, pulling the fifth wheel, we'll get 8, but you want to budget for 7. Anyway, hopefully the video gives you an idea what the truck does with those kind of gears. And that exhaust brake, like I mentioned in the video, fantastic. Now in the video, I showed that it cut off at 35 mile per hour. That's because I was not in tow haul mode. So when we're in tow haul mode, the exhaust brake doesn't kick off until you're down to about 15 mile per hour. So when you're pulling the fifth wheel, tow haul mode, coming off a freeway or off a road, coming to a stoplight or stop sign, that is a fantastic feature. All right, have a great day.